We all wait for Virtua Fighter 6 every day, every night, every existing moment. I said we all. If you are not a Virtua Fighter lover, close this page. But let's be honest, do we really believe it's going to happen? Yes, we do. We believe. But at the same time, don't you worry? I do. Aren't you scared? I am. Does Sega have any idea which way to go? Maybe. The point is that every way is tricky and the road is always slippery. They want to make the game in modern way, make it competitive. They need to attract more players, casual players, players who don't even know what Virtua Fighter is. They need to do it. But if they introduce some major changes, they will have all chances to lose that small number of old fans who actually may be the only potential players. Okay, let's start with light things. Virtua Fighter usually adds new characters reluctantly. I think there are many ready-to-use characters. The Virtua Fighter anime series has some of them. Streets of Rage belongs to Sega. Sega also has other fighting games. Some characters can be modified and adapted for VF. Take someone from Dead or Alive at last. They did it, now it's your turn, Sega. More characters can make a fighting game more interesting. It's a simple formula. And make some of them unlockable. Not downloadable, unlockable. I'm the one who thinks a fighting game doesn't need any story. It should be a pure gameplay. But I understand that a lot of people want to play story mode. Odd people. What a nonsense! A story in a fighting game? Are you serious? Who cares about a story? But it is a safe way. You can play or not to play. Players have a choice. But the development of the story mode will eat a lot of money. Ultimate Showdown already has bright hit effects. I thought everyone hates them. Surprisingly, I read some wishes and recommendations to add them and make flashier, more intensive, from people who definitely know what Virtua Fighter is. They really want to see that shit in this game. For me, flashes look nice, in Street Fighter 6 for example. But no way I will like it in Virtua Fighter. It's radically different style. It's easy to make it optional. Tecmo tried to add hit effects in DOA 5. When I launched the game for the first time, I immediately turned them off. So it's not a problem. Just give people a choice, Sega. Don't forget to add that line in options. Please. Let's move on to major, heavy changes that may affect the game in a very dramatic way. No one who really knows the Virtua Fighter series, who played it, doesn't want to see any charging gauges. It's interesting, flashes and sparkles are acceptable, but gauges are true evil. No gauges! My opinion is opposing. I don't like the both. I don't want to deal with sparkles and gauges in new VF. But I think some kind of charging gauge is much better than sparkles. Let's look again at Dead or Alive 5. Did players really have negative feelings about Power Blow after DOA 4? I think some people did, and they believe that DOA 4 is better than DOA 5. But most people think Dead or Alive 5 is the best game in the series. And for me, the Power Blow mechanic feels and looks nice. And they didn't add any gauge. The health gauge frame flashes red when the move is charged. In general, I don't hate all those gauges and charging super, extra, ultra moves and arts. I play Street Fighter and the King of Fighters, they have a long story of those mechanics. And people who have never played VF or DOA usually think additional gauges make a gameplay more interesting. Maybe it's true, I don't know. But I hope Sega will make it in a very, very delicate way. Like in DOA 5. Sometimes game developers make strange decisions. They can impair something in new games believing it's a modern trend that will lead a game to success. Every gamer who is old enough, who knows how the industry was evolving, is afraid of such strange decisions. I'm not talking about flashes and sparkles. The backgrounds and the characters' models should look realistic. But at the same time, I'm not the one who always waits for never-ending graphic enhancement. I just hope they won't make it simpler or distorted in any way. Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown was released exclusively for PlayStation 4. It's a mistake Sega always did. I understand they need more money to make ports, and maybe they were interested in Japanese market mainly. It seems more like Sony paid them, and in fact they had no plans to make it. But anyway, it was a short-sighted decision that couldn't help the series after all those years of oblivion. It was also released for arcade cabinets, and I was in Japan not so long ago. I found such cabinet, and Virtua Fighter was replaced with another game. It's not popular even in Japan. You can say everyone plays at home, but then why did they install another game on that cabinet? Why did people play Street Fighter 4, for example? Anyway, if you want your game to be popular, you should release it for PC first of all. That's how it works nowadays. If you make it for PS, then after some time you should make a PC port. They haven't done it. The best and the most expensive way is to make ports for all platforms, with crossplay. Well, it seems like Sega has two options. Change everything and change nothing. Attract new players or disappoint old fans. Is it possible to find a happy medium for Virtua Fighter 6?